What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 35 of my Ipswich Town Road to Glory career mode, and we're starting off against Aston Villa, then playing Northampton, then Crystal Palace, and then Everton. Right, Crystal Palace and Everton are pretty much down the back end of the table where you're seeing them in real life at the moment, and Everton is just a bit further down. I think so is Crystal Palace, because there's only about 5 teams fighting for relegation at the moment, and they're all very tightly compact with each other, apart from bottom of the league, West Brom. They obviously got 7 points and pretty much already set for relegation, if I'm honest. But we are finding ourselves away at Villa Park against Aston Villa. Now, obviously we always have a bad run-in against Aston Villa, but let's see if we can put things right. And Skinner, hoping to do so early on, half an hour in, has a shot. No, doesn't do it himself. He's going to have to keep on his own chances unless he's going to get a substitute off, because, well, as I've said previously, Skinner is a decent player, but I can't seem to make the most out of him, so I might need to move him on. His composure is a little bit lacking, so he's not doing too good, so hopefully we can find someone to replace him and sell him on. But you know, he did really well at FC20, and I was just trying to get that level of game back for him, but it's just not doing it in the Premier League. So well, yeah, like I say, I might need to move him on in next season to see how things go. But the one player we're not looking to move on is Mark Harris. So Mark Harris isn't starting at the moment, but like I say, we'll probably end up starting, substitute him on if we haven't already. And I believe we already have substituted on, because I can't see Skinner on the pitch. But Aston Villa coming very close to getting them in front with 2 fine chances. One hitting the post and one keeper saving it, but there we have it. Mark Harris, the substitute, comes on and gets Ipswich Town in front. That is what you love to see and love to happen. Let's have a look at that again, because I'm pretty sure that is where all the highlights end. And yes, there's what a goal from Harris in the 72nd minute of the match. And you know what that transition means. That transition means a whole new signing. And we have brought in Philippe Dagerstal from Lech Poznan. He's going to be a squad rotation player. He's going to be one of the new lads for us. He's starting centre back. Obviously, we've just gone into the Northampton game, so we are rotating the squad quite heavily. And he is going to be introduced in starting on this match to get his, you know, he's trained with us a few days beforehand, but we're just going to shove him in. And my god, Chaplin showing his long range shooting capabilities, but then just a few moments later shows that he can also have an off time as well. But Northampton, I mean, half an hour into the game, I thought that, you know, we probably would have been in front by now, but Lucas gets in. No, shot straight at the keeper, and then keeper parries it back out. Brown heads it back in, and Lucas knocks it back in goal, and we are now 1-0 in front. Yeah, curse of my words, really, saying half an hour we should be in front, and then look at that, 2 seconds later we are actually in front. And of all players to do it, it is Lucas, the man that is on a rotation contract, but he's not really doing it for me, if I'm honest. Now his form's been a bit sporadic, and against Northampton I thought, you know, he probably would have got a few goals in him, and as well as Harris, really. I mean, that shot there was dreadful, trying to find the far right hand corner low down, but it doesn't. But yeah, Lucas, really disappointed with him. I thought, you know, Northampton Town, this is his chance to, you know, at least score a handful and you know, get his reputation back, but he's just not doing it at the moment. I mean, Chaplin's and Harris is just magical, but Lucas, might have to move him on, unfortunately. So it's at least a couple of players that next summer might end up going. Is Skinner and Lucas, 2 of our strikers that we're actually trying to train up, but Harris Not Harris. Is that Harris? No, it's Chaplin finds the back of the net, making Ipswich Town 2, Northampton 0. We will absolutely take that for sure. Chaplin showing how it's done to Lucas. But now we find ourselves right in the 90th minute mark, and Edmondson has a long dig, well, I say a long dig shot, about 20 metres shot out from the goal, and doesn't find the back of the net. But win that one, go through to the next round. And yes, a new signing. We have been looking at him for a while, but Coventry have said no, we're not willing to let him go. Now in January, however, they have let him go. 12 million. That's quite a steal for him as well. So you know, we're going to get him into his first game for us in the lineup. Another centre back being brought in. Yeah, we have been a bit weak, though I am looking at a few more centre mids because we've only got 5, and one of them is Chaplin, who, God forbid, is actually looking to be a striker. Now I think he's probably a bit better up there. I did put Chaplin in that position for a while, and he's done really well. But ever since we've had Skinner come back, Chaplin's sort of gone back into that cam role. So we are looking at a few more players, a few more centre mids to come in. I know we brought in a couple on free agent, but yeah, we just need a bit more depth in that middle if we do get any injuries. Though hopefully we don't. We've had a few knocks here and there, but nothing tremendously serious. Thank God for that. And Bowden finds the back of the net against Crystal Palace on the edge of the halfway point, putting Ipswich Town in front at the home end. And can't really ask more of this lad yet again. He's just doing his job, what you would love to see, and he's in the fight to get the Golden Boot award. There are a few other players around him that are doing much better, and you probably would think so, but Bowden trying to show that he is still in contention to win the Golden Boot. So now, that's perfect slide tackle from Giles, and typical EA doesn't let Giles pick it up, and doesn't let Harris run towards it. Just sort of the ball has to go towards him, but Christensen lays in a nice ball into Bowden. Can Bowden make it 2? Turns onto his right foot and puts it in the back of the net past the Crystal Palace keeper. And what a cheeky goal that was for sure. Now Crystal Palace on the attack here. What can they do? No, Brown steps in, gets the ball back, plays it into Knight. Knight into Bowden, who plays it off into Burns later on, trying to run it down. Burns wants to find the ball back in, but Harris is in an even better position. Harris has a shot from the edge of the box and finds the back of the net. That is what you want from your strikers, and we have been on song today, 3-0. But defenders have been on song as well. They've been keeping the rear guard quite nicely, and the strikers have been doing their job as well. Bowden getting the brace and Harris getting his first on that match. And now we face second bottom of the league. I'm just actually looking at this team, and it's not too bad. I mean, I went in changing our line. I put Chaplin cam, Coventry centre mid, changed Danny Ward in, changed our wing backs, I changed one of our centre backs, and I changed Skinner in for Harris, I believe, or did I put Lucas in? I can't actually remember. But Everton really came out on song trying to hit at us really hard, and they felt like they were in a relegation battle, because I absolutely felt it. But nevertheless, we tried to progress forward, and Holgate visiting his former team once again, though we didn't actually buy him from Everton, so he obviously left beforehand, though. So, you know, he's come back for a second time, shall we say. Danny Ward with a nice, good save, and then Harris plays it on into Bowden. So not really many highlights to actually show in this game, as we're already at the halfway point, and Chaplin loses out on the ball, but then fights back for it, has a shot, but yeah, over the bar, and none to deal with that. And Danny Ward pumps it up into Bowden, but the defender of Tarkowski heads it back in, and then Bowden plays it into Burns, who then runs up in to the bounty area. Oof. Has a shot, but keeper equal to that shot, and now is on the ball again, playing into Bowden this time, but he is in no man's land. Bowden tries to play it off into Chaplin, but Chaplin was just a little bit too far ahead of himself to actually try and win the ball, so the defender intercepts that. Now Burns, is he going to run? Uses his pace, runs into the box. Chaplin on the edge of the 6-yard area, but keeper saves it and it goes out for a corner. Now nothing happened of the actual corner itself, but Lucas finds himself running towards the corner flag, trying to hold it up, gets tackled though, but McNeil plays a ball out and Burns intercepts and then plays it into Lucas into Brownhill into Lucas. Yeah, Lucas just dragged his shot and he's a good player, but like I say, when he does that and just drags his shot out wide, there's nothing I can really do to actually make him a better player apart from increase his finishing and hopefully increase his player. But you know, we might actually look to change him and bring in a player that we were looking in to bring, but since joined another Premier League side. But look at that, Bowden finishes it off and leaves us another 2-0 in front against bottom of the league, Everton. Now 90th minute mark, Brownhill intercepts the back out pass and has a long range shot. Oh dear, my god, that is a shot and a half. Not gonna lie, I actually was not expecting that at all. I thought I was gonna hit the post or go over, but Brownhill actually managed to find the back of that. Look at this poor pass out from the centre backs and has a shot from 25 metres out. Keeper dumbfounded, almost rooted to the spot and then decided to dive late on. But another 3 points away against Everton, so we push them further down. So next up in the next episode we have Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Then we have a really tough run of Everton, Manchester City and Man United. And yeah, we sit in 4th place though, which was absolutely madness. Liverpool 2 points ahead, Chelsea and Spurs 2 points behind, and Newcastle 4 points behind. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one though. Like, subscribe and comment your favourite bit on that episode. Many thanks. Bye bye.